everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Spartan Sports Report on TV3. Happy to have you with us. Sam and I, as always, have as our guest, and happy to have him. I mean, he'll come anyway if we don't. Brent Duncan, who's Director of Athletics at CHS. The schedule, according to Brent, is
fluctuating.
What changes have been made since?
Well, when I got to school this morning, we were going to play freshman girls basketball at Anderson, and about 8:45 that got canceled.
Okay, so the C team is
not playing tonight.
To Anderson. Okay,
and a little bit later, Shenandoah called, and we do not have a JV girls game tomorrow. Just a varsity start time at 7.
So Shenandoah is still on the books though for a ball game.
Varsity game only.
Okay. Okay.
400 tickets to be sold. If you want to be one of the first 400 to buy a ticket, you got to do it online at their. Read our story on the website, and you click the link; it'll take you to it.
Okay.
But purchase your tickets online. There is no at-the-door sales. Everything has to be pre-bought. And about an hour later, lost the freshman boys game for Thursday night. We got the freshman girls game still, but the freshman boys game is out. I kind of chuckled with Ryan. The freshman girls at South Dearborn came off of quarantine today, and the boys team went on quarantine today. So it's just
think of that how you want to.
Diving at Centerville, swimming on Tuesday here.
Diving at Centerville tonight, still on, and swimming with Eastern Hancock and Batesville tomorrow.
Okay, that's still on. That's good.
Kids will give out their 2 vouchers to their parents tonight, and it'll be parents only. So
that's a swimming meet.
And hopefully we'll have swimming on Thursday with Hagerstown under the. I don't know what the rules will be because the new caller will come out Wednesday, so rules will be different.
Yes.
Come Wednesday, but currently it's 2 tickets per person right now.
If they are relaxed, then what happens?
Well, swimming doesn't change much because of the venue. Still, there are no spectators, and I still think I can't remember if we go to 3 tickets per kid. I'll have to go back and double check that one, but still no visitor or spectators coming to our away meets for swimming just because the venue's so small. And I'm not sure we could comfortably get everybody in there, especially if we have a large swimming team coming in. It's hard to get people in the stands. So we'll see what caller comes out Wednesday. So I don't know if we're up or down or same or.
Hope it's better.
And of course we got ball games,
Friday and Saturday.
Friday the rest was, at Rushville it's 4 tickets per player and coach. So we've got 37 players and coaches counting the freshmen. So we're only going to give out 148 tickets for our fans to go. And then Shelbyville says it's first come, first serve, first 1,400 to get there. So when I get there early. So. And that's our freshman, our JV.
Freshman, JV, and varsity.
And the girls are at Greensburg, and it's 2 tickets per player.
It's a Saturday afternoon affair.
Yep, and the wrestlers are traveling to makeup. We added to meet to Southwestern Hanover on Saturday, and it's just 2 tickets per wrestler, so no kids.
That's as of now.
That's as of now. It can change by tomorrow, but or it can change the next minute.
Sure.
But you just don't know. It's just one of those. It's in flux as you come to work.
Sure.
Think you got something else going on, and your day gets arranged because you got to make a lot of phone calls. So, and we're still trying to make up the Centerville, the Centerville JV game and the Batesville varsity JV game, and trying to find dates and trying to get some freshman C team games in for the girls. And it's a little difficult just because everybody's in the same boat that we are.
That's true. What's the reason there's no reserve game for the girls at Shenandoah?
They don't have enough players. They only have 10 healthy players, is what he told me today. And we could be like Franklin County last Friday night was already on the bus heading to South Dearborn when they got the phone call to turn the bus around. So put all the boys in quarantine, and they traced out how many of the freshman boys were around that group today, and told me that we weren't going to have the freshmen on Thursday. So got the freshman girls for South Dearborn, but not the boys. So we're looking to find an opponent to get the boys a game. And that's the first 3 games for the girls freshman team and the boys freshman team have been waxed. So
you'll have all the updates on Connersville Athletics and
ConnersvilleAthletics.com, and I send it to the media groups, and then I tweet it out. It also goes out on Twitter when you put it on the ConnersvilleAthletics.com, and I think it goes to Facebook page as well. So it's out there. Hopefully it's just hard to stay up with it.
Fans need to check it 3 times a day or something like that.
Today you needed to. So hopefully it'll get better.
I know Ted does the best he can to get that on the air
as quickly as they can.
KMix for everybody.
It's it's just difficult for all. I know, unfortunately,
Sure.
we had somebody drive to Delta because he didn't see any of the postings that there wasn't tickets available at the door, and when he got to the door, he didn't have a voucher and he couldn't get in, so he had to drive back home. So hopefully they got to stop in Muncie and eat somewhere, but their restaurants aren't full open either, so who knows? It's unfortunate for our kids and for our fans, but
Yes, it
doing
is.
the best we can to get as many people in as we can get in. So
Boys opened their season at Delta Saturday night. I think you probably were busy someplace else.
I did watch about the first half on YouTube channel.
Okay.
So Delta's pretty solid still. I think it's
Yes. They have a star who scored 22 points.
I know they're raining threes on us in the first half. I don't remember if it was 7 they hit in the first half or 9, but it was one of those two numbers. I'm pretty sure it was at least 7.
They ended with 9, so they had 7 and 2, yes.
I think and only 2 2-point field goals in that first half. The rest of it was.
I know one time it was 20 to something, and they had 6 threes. So, it's a growing. I think it'll be a growing year. I think we'll be competitive. I think we'll play
think
well.
so.
I think we'll win some basketball games, but we got a lot of inexperienced kids getting a lot of varsity time currently. So, really think about who played. You had Toby and Jonah and Cole who got a lot of minutes last year. And
And it's cold toward the end. It wasn't so much
yeah,
early,
once,
but
unfortunately Ethan got hurt. He got a little bit more time as the season rolled along. But from that standpoint, there's not a lot of bodies coming back that's had a lot of playing time at the varsity level.
No, we had 5 seniors on the team last year.
So it'll be a little bit of a learning experience for them.
Yes.
But, Coach will do a good job with them, and they'll grow as the season goes along. And we'll get 4 good days of practice in this week, and knock on wood, we'll get 4 days of practice in, and we'll go over to Rushville Friday night and hopefully put on a good showing.
I'm sure we will. They played Shelbyville, lost the ball game to Shelby. It was at Rushville, but these two teams coming up meet the Spartans, and we've had a chance to see both teams at one time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of them get to go in and scout anymore, but they get it through the video. So
Yes.
everybody get to watch, and I'm sure they're going to get tape on us to see what we do. Of course, Kerry being an ex-coach at Rushville and good friends with Doug Laker, and it doesn't matter what our records are; it'll be a knockdown, drag out. And of course, at Shelbyville on Saturday, we'll have the freshmen there as well. So hopefully they'll at least get a game in on Saturday if we can't find one for Thursday or before. So.
Well, we hope nothing changes before the weekend.
Well, we're always trying to find those games to get something so they can play.
Sure.
And we're not the only one. Every day I get emails about, hey, I lost my team today. I mean, if they don't blanket where they put it, you can send it to the whole state. So I try to confine it to a little closer area. But I got one today from either Pioneer or Winnemac. I think we got a football game or something from Winnemac today. Wrestling meet from Winnemac today. Not that we're going to drive to Winnemac, but Kerry probably wouldn't mind since that's his alma mater. So, but I know Bill's up there and he was sending something out today. So.
TV3 is at the game Saturday night at Delta, and here's a clip about some of the action.
Got the good start and then kind of got
Yes.
stuck on that number for a while.
We had the first, I think, Kyle Sparks, wasn't it? Caleb Sparks scored the first points of the season for the Spartans. So
Spartans had some good looks, and it's just too many turnovers there in that first half, and able to play them even.
well, maybe some first game jitters or something maybe played into that. And
on the road, and
Well, we got it down to 6, and then we just kind of couldn't get back over the hump. And then, as you see, they went on at least a 13-0 run or 12-0 run on us.
Delta, a well-coached team. Mark Detweiler does a good job, and they're off a 20-4 season last year. Of course, they lost some players too through graduation, but he's only lost 12 games in his 3 years at Delta, and 2 of them have been to the Spartans. So, okay, thanks a lot for the clip.
they have that Hunt boy, Brady Hunt, that he could do it all. Big kid.
He's a one-man.
Yeah. Bring it up. He can
Without
play
him-
inside. He can play outside. Hit the 3.
Yeah, he was popping in threes. They had 9 in the ball game.
going to play football, I understand, at Ball State. Oh, very good athlete.
Yes. He's,
We still have some kids that can't play yet, practice-wise, and been quarantined and COVIDed out. So hopefully we'll have all our troops back, at least by someone back this weekend and someone after this weekend. So we'll get everybody back on board and give them a full troop of players to work with. And our girls will go down and play Greensburg this Saturday, and besides Shenandoah tomorrow, and Shenandoah is pretty good. They beat Cambridge the other day, 90-6. So we'll see how we fare tomorrow night. They got a really good group of upperclassmen at Shenandoah, and of course, they do a great job at Greensburg. Their girls program's been pretty good the last 2 or 3 years. So we'll go down there Saturday afternoon and see if we can get us a conference win.
I think Shenandoah is a good pickup on the schedule, though. Relatively close, and with where we are right now, I think it's ought to be
Todd
pretty good.
said that they would be pretty good this year, and then he thought he'd be down a little bit. But they're never really down, because they get a lot of those kids that don't want to live in McCordsville or don't want to live in Newcastle or Muncie and kind of come out into the Middletown area. And, so there'll always be pretty good kids that are running through there. So
You saw pretty good football games Saturday.
Saw a lot of them. Spent a lot of time at the Lucas Oil.
Friday and Saturday, right?
Yeah, there was a couple of really good games.
Yes.
The 1A and the 2 games were really good, and the rest of them some were a little bit lopsided, but some were a little closer than I thought they would be. So, the Fort Wayne Lures thought they had it wrapped until Lucas Smith hit that 39-yard field goal or what it was with 7 seconds to go in the game.
Last second
His
wins.
dad punted for the Colts in the past. Hunter Smith was his dad. And Vinatieri's kid kicked for Zionsville on Saturday night, so had 2 former Colts players have kids that are now playing both in the kicking world, imagine, since their dads were both kickers and punters.
Had a Connersville connection on the Center Grove team. Coach Dickerson's grandson
Did not know that.
was on that team. His mother had put that on Facebook, and I said, well, championships, state champions must run in the family then.
There you go. I know we had a Connersville connection on the Pioneer girls volleyball team. Jason Borges, who went to school here, and I think his wife went to school here, that they both live in Pioneer, and their daughter was on the team, so came up and talked to me after the game at the volleyball state final. So I was thinking she's pretty tall, just move her back to Connersville.
Saw you on TV, as a matter of fact, on statewide TV there, which had your good side, and you passing out medals.
Probably my backside.
We'll just leave it.
Or the top. It seems like it. Yeah, I mean, it was a good experience for all of us. It's a great time, and get a chance to hang the medals on the kids and congratulate them. Not like you used to. You can't shake their hands. You just all those things. But I went well on the first day. I got to hand the things to the 3 winning teams, and had 4 in a row in the first game on the second day, but got put on the other side on the last 2. But that's all right. I think the kids who get second don't realize what an accomplishment is on that day there. But I will say that most of the kids that I hung medals on that did not win were very respectful and said thank you, and you talk to them as they come through there. And of course, they're always a little bit more down than the kids who win. But kids who win are easy to say thank you because they're excited. But for the most part, most of the kids who come through are.
Years to come, when they look back and say that they were in the championship game at Lucas Oil, they can tell their kids that it's a big deal, even if they didn't win the whole thing.
Yeah, I hope that someday we get some kids that in the state finals, and we get a chance to experience that again. So, but it's a great time, And then Rudy was there with us on Saturday, and you don't get to see the student advisor kids much on TV, but they're in the background getting the medals ready and getting the trophies ready and getting the game balls ready, and take care of the dignitaries that walk in that maybe want to be escorted around at places. And so Rudy was there all day on Saturday with us, and I'm sure I didn't get a chance to talk to him before he got out of there, because I think the final game got over I walked out of Lucas Oil on Saturday night at about 11:55 before the final game was over. So,
will there be more opportunities for Rudy and yourself at other state final events?
Yeah, the student advisor kids all have to work the football and the basketball state finals, so they'll all be back. Assuming we get to the state finals this year in basketball, they'll all be back, and then they each have to work two different events per season, but they all are required to work football and basketball just because of the size of the events and the venues. So I'm trying to think of where I saw Rudy was at volleyball for a while in the fall. So I don't know what besides football if he did anything else. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll have the opportunity to be back. But we'll
Keep
see.
everybody healthy.
As long as everybody's trying to do what they're supposed to do. And I know Trent went to the Delta game on Saturday, and he said he was thankful that all of our fans seemed to wear their masks the entire time while they were on the inside. And
Coach Detweiler took the PA mic and had a little talk before the JV game and before the varsity game with the fans.
I think sometimes if we can get our kids to do that, how important it is that a kid says it, then, sometimes the parents listen to the kids a little bit when they know that's their season they're putting on the line. Sometimes when they listen to me or somebody else,
tune you out.
But sometimes if the kids send that message, it's important for them to be out there on the floor,
Sure.
It's their time. We love all the fans to come and watch them, but it's about the kids being able to participate in their senior season or their junior year, whatever it is. But we want the season for them and have them the opportunity to compete and feel like they've had somewhat of a normal high school experience, even though it's not the same as what we've been used to for the last hundreds of years. But we'll see. So.
Being a coach at one time, how do you console kids that lose in a game, especially a championship game?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I've not been that far. But,
Well, we'll see. We'll work on that.
I don't know. I think every kid is different. So some you probably just got to let alone. You watch the kids on the field, and I saw the Zionsville kids walking off, and I saw coaches were hugging some, and some were just on their own, doing their own thing and talking with each other. So I think it's an individual thing with each kid of, maybe whatever you say to them as a group. I think most coaches will tell their kids that they love them, and what an experience it was and how, great of seasons all of them have had when they get to the state finals. So I think every kid reacts differently. So you kind of got to play that by ear. Just like every kid is different before you go out to start a game. Some you got to let alone, and some you got to pump up just a little bit to get the juices flowing, so to speak, to be ready to play.
So it's a growing up experience.
Oh, I think heavenly. I mean, you learn a lot in the wins and the losses through high school.
Yes.
How to deal with things. And I think back to the Smith kid for Weba who hit that 39-yard field goal with 11 seconds left in the game, and I'm thinking, he feels pretty darn good right now, but how would he feel if that would have sailed just right or come up just short? Now, that's a totally different feeling that's going to happen in that kid and forever, not just for that moment. I mean, he'll remember that feeling, or at least that thought going through his head. Thankfully for him, it's going to happy feeling, but I think about all those Bishop Lurz kids who are now squatted down on the field like in disbelief that it went through, and all the things they probably think about, what could I have done differently throughout the game that wouldn't have put us in this situation. So. Or if you go to the next game, South Adams decides to go for 2 for the win instead of 1 for the tie and doesn't make it to the 2-point conversion, get beat by a point. So all those things come up. But everybody thinks about the end, and same in basketball. You got to remember there's a lot of things that happen in the first quarter that changes the course of the game throughout because Webo wouldn't have had to kick the field goal if they wouldn't have missed the first PAT that he kicked. So it changes, and then they went for 2 and didn't make it, so they were behind the 8 ball all day trying to catch up.
That's what makes sports so interesting and so great to participate in and fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody just thought what was on paper was going to happen, I wouldn't have thought the Colts would have got blown out by the Titans yesterday either, but couldn't stop Mr. Henry. So
I wouldn't have thought, but it makes me smile that the Richmond Spiders beat the UK Wildcats yesterday either. I didn't even turn that game on.
Well,
that's not a big game.
You go back to the last 2 years, Evansville beat UK out of the chute last year when they were ranked number 1. And
just breaks my heart.
IU's had a little experience with the Richmond Spiders
yes,
before.
they have. So, yes, they have.
You just never know. It's just different. And the kids will learn one way or the other, and those who understand winning and losing will be successful, and those that can't will be stuck in that mode. And hopefully they all grow from those experiences.
So it makes it so unpredictable.
I think you're right. So
it makes it fun.
That's right.
It's exciting. It's exciting for the communities to be there. It was a little different. Everybody's spread out in Lucas Oil instead of huddled in their big masses with the big roars, but it was a good day overall for the 2 days. So,
how did the IHSA conduct Friday and Saturday? I know they would have the 2 schools in, and then they would leave and bring it, and they would clean the arena.
That include cleaning up the trash and spraying the seats, and they didn't open the doors until 30 minutes before kickoff, and then you had to vacate. And if you had a ticket, you could come back in. If you had another ticket, you come in for the next game.
So it worked pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of time, and games got a little bit behind, and some of that's because different teams throw and some teams run, and when you throw, the clock takes longer to run out. I know the second quarter in one game took 40 minutes, so when it's a 12-minute quarter, that's not very good when it takes 40 minutes to complete the quarter, but that's just difference of how people run their offense and do things. So.
Sure. But all in all, it was a successful day for the IHSAA. And
a lot of thank yous from,
sure.
Not just me personally, just the IHSA for having the event for the kids and sticking it out and making through the end and not tossing in our towels like some of our surrounding states did and move fall sports to the spring. And then what are you going to do when you got 16 teams playing?
And what a nightmare that would have been because of kids playing two sports, playing a fall sport and a spring sport.
Illinois is going to play football in the spring. What happens if that kid's a baseball player?
All right.
So now you've kind of put him in a bind, or if you're a girls soccer player and you're also a softball player. So what do you do with those kids that want to do both and you don't have time to do both? So I don't know that they're going to push spring sports back further into the summer because then you got kids
that's
that are
hard. Just going off to college or
trying to get a
military
job
or working or something. And
hopefully we'll get through the winter. And
right now you're planning on spring and all the sports that take place, baseball, softball.
Knock on wood, we're going to try to go full force. So as long as we're able to stay open and able to stay healthy and
to keep the kids in school.
We don't get shut down.
And maybe this thing will go away one of these days and we'll get back to a little bit of normalcy.
Yeah, it'd be nice to not walk around with your face mask on so you can tell if the people are talking bad about you or smiling at you. So, but it's just going to take everybody to do the right things until we get the numbers under control. And then whatever that is, and whoever decides that's the right answer. And
sounds like the vaccines will be out soon, so hopefully that helps.
Well, I think
that's going to take time as well, but it'll be a start.
I think there's some people who haven't done sports because either they're concerned about it or their parents are concerned, and I'm sure that's hurt people's attendance a little bit, people not wanting to get out, and we'll see where it goes as it gets a little bit further down the road.
Fayette County right now is in the red. If we should be fortunate enough to go down a step, would that affect attendance? Yeah,
I mean, it affects attendance at the bowl for sure. Affects attendance a little bit at every venue. Of course, once we go to Orange, we can go to 25% capacity. We're still doing vouchers for our teams, and then if there's vouchers left over, we'll start with the all-sport ticket holders first, and then if there's any left over that, we'll put them at the door, and when those vouchers are done, we know we got our limit in the bowl, and we're going to shut the doors. So,
would be a happy time if by December 12th, when the Spartans open at home, if we would be Orange.
Even yellow would be good. Then we'd go to 50% attendance, and that makes it even better. But, just if we could be in Orange, that's, where hopefully we'll get to. But
yes,
you don't know till Wednesday when it comes out.
And it'll be the following Wednesday before.
Yeah, so
would determine
right now
that
we're
game.
on red until this Wednesday. So anything that happens at our place before Wednesday, we'll follow the red rules. And if we go to Orange on Wednesday, we'll go Wednesday to Tuesday. And when it comes back out next Wednesday, we'll go from there. So it is what it is. And we'll do the best we can to get as many people in. And we'll see where we're at as the time rolls along.
Have you looked ahead? Should we be Orange and you would be at 25%? Would that be a chore for you to distribute tickets?
No, I mean, it's just a matter of about 30 minutes of cutting 1,300 vouchers. So, but it's a little harder to get it out. It's a lot harder if you change on Wednesday and you got a game Wednesday night or Thursday. So we'll see how that works. So knock on wood, we haven't had that yet. So, but it's coming. So hopefully we'll get it down to orange and get it up to yellow or blue, and it'll make it a lot easier.
That would be great. Yes, yes, but
hopefully we'll be whatever the best color is and just be full capacity and we'll run with it.
No color at all would be super.
Yeah, and I know we had to stop selling all sport tickets that we could make available. That I know at 25%, the amount of tickets we give to our opponents and to our kids to get in, that anyone has an all-sport ticket will have the opportunity to be able to get a voucher should they want to get a voucher. So.
Sure. Yeah, people forget that you have to share allotment of tickets with the visitor.
Yeah, with red and orange, they're still at 2 per person, but when we go to yellow, blue, we can up that a little bit, so make it a little bit better.
Yes. Well, hope for better times. We hope we're
They're
not
coming. Just a matter when they get here.
Yeah, we will welcome them with open arms.
Oh,
I know.
absolutely.
Yes.
Get back to whatever the new normal is.
And a schedule would be a schedule, and
Well, at least I think all of us as ADs could go to work knowing that we had something in plan that was going to be for the day and not try to scramble. So
yeah, you fellows have quite a chore. I mean,
I think we're all afraid that we're going to miss something. You know, and I know Mandy and I have checked the schedule at least 3 times today just for today to make sure we haven't overlooked something that we've had to change or move. And I know the one guy at Anderson said, yeah, you never know who's on site and who's not on site and who's on coronation and
Coronation.
that's what he called it. So he says, yeah, it's just one of those strange years. You never know what you do when you come to work every day. So,
but as you say, every school in the state has the same problem.
yeah, it's not unique, and I think somewhat makes it easier for a lot of our patrons to understand that we're not the only ones in the same
Sure.
boat. And everybody else in the state's in the same boat, trying to get to the end result is get our kids through the season, and being able to compete for the sectional championships and the state finals is what our goal is for all the kids. So hopefully we'll get to do that in the wintertime, where last winter we did not get to experience that.
Yes.
That's the sectional level for boys. The girls made it to the state finals, and you know, swimming and gymnastics
Yes.
and basketball.
They
And the boys was
compete.
the only one who didn't get past that. Wrestling got theirs in too, I believe. So I have to go back and double check that, but I'm pretty sure wrestling got theirs in.
Well, we hope for a normal winter and all the kids get to play their
Especially like to have a
games.
spring. It'd be hard for our kids not to have spring 2 years in a row.
Certainly would.
Hopefully we'll get through everything.
Yes. Keep people work at it and wear the mask like they ask you to. Will go a long way toward.
I think that'll help getting our numbers down and getting everybody doing the right things, and you know, just looking out for their neighbors and the people that they care about, so that it doesn't affect somebody else down the road that they don't know about.
Well, let's hope the Lady Spartans get victory number 2 at Shenandoah Tuesday night, and that the Spartans, boy Spartans, come out on the winning edge.
That'd be good for both of us. You know, the girls get another win, and the boys get a win out of the gate and,
Right.
and a conference win. You know,
Win
it's-
Friday night, a couple of ball games, and 3 of them on Saturday.
And we'll do our best we can to get everybody informed. You know, we put out the ticket information last week for this week, and we'll work on getting the ticket information out for next week, this week. So it's all fluid and all subject to change on a daily basis. But
Right.
we'll do the best we can to get it all the media sites. But if you get to ConnersvilleAthletics.com, we'll definitely put it out there. And if you got Twitter and you want to follow us, it'll come on in your tweet. And I know when I post it to the website, it goes to a Facebook page. I don't get on Facebook, so I can't tell you exactly where it goes. So but I know it goes there.
So the folks watch Connersville Athletics and the social media, and they'll be up to date.
Absolutely. We'll get on the TV and the radio and the newspaper as best we can, as quick as we can get it out.
Okay. It's been a pleasure having you with us tonight, and you had a big experience with championship football, and as you said earlier, one of these years we'll have the Spartans up there and
It'd be
hanging
nice.
medals on those kids.
It'd be great. I know the Cathedral's fundraising guy is now on the board. He used to be a principal, now he's in charge of fundraising. He got to hang the medals on the Cathedral Iron, so he was excited. And I know that Bar Reeve, the one the volleyball, and their principal's on the board, and he hung the medals on their
Sure.
girls next to volleyball. So it's always a good experience to be able to hang something on your kids. So whether it's an individual event, you know, hopefully we'll get Quentin to the state finals again in diving, and maybe we'll get some wrestlers through and hang some individuals. And of course, gymnastics has been at the state finals many times. So hopefully we'll find some of those little diamonds along the way and get to hang one of those.
Right. Well, we hope the schedule for this week goes off as scheduled, and everybody will be happy, I know, with the way things go. So
We'll do our best to keep everybody happy and up to date.
thanks, Brent, for joining us tonight.
Pleasure to be here.
Thanks, everybody, for watching this edition of the Spartan Sports Report. We didn't give you the schedule for this week, but as far as area girls and boys schedule, but we'll catch up next week with the 1 losses.